without further ado, introduce Merrell Hollis.
Merrell Hollis in the house.
In the house, finally.
The gloss. Finally, you're
here.
We've been trying. We've been trying for a very, very, very long time.
Yeah,
so, you're very busy.
You know, makeup artist extraordinaire, honey. Legendary in the making.
Is that good to say legendary? I hate hearing that because I feel like they try to.
Well, you're a legend.
You're
old.
I'm an old girl.
Just kidding. You've been around. I know you for almost 20 years.
You were one of the first people that I met.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. When
very
I was like
nice. Very.
Winnie, country.
No, you wasn't country. You was there. You had New York in you.
Oh,
you had it.
I definitely had it in me.
Yeah.
Like,
so country. Where? So speaking of country, when 20 years ago,
my family's country. Like my family is like growing their own vegetables, fruits, eating peanuts, walking barefoot in the dirt, like that whole thing.
Real
so I'm
American.
from Columbus, Georgia.
That's all American.
All American.
Oh, Columbus,
American.
Georgia. Mm-hmm. And you're from Columbia,
South
Carolina.
Yeah.
Myrtle Beach.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't have no beach. We had a lake.
Yeah,
we would go to that was
you know
dirty.
The beach, Myrtle Beach is the largest black-owned beachfront in the United States.
Well, black-owned property.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
Okay.
Myrtle Beach.
Yes, that's why we all need to stroll ourselves to Myrtle Beach.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
Show some love, right? Okay, so darling.
Uh-oh.
So, take a drink. So, Columbus, Georgia. Mm-hmm. You moved from...
So, Columbus, Georgia. I was in Columbus, Georgia I'm going to tell the story because it's going to be really crazy.
Tell the story, honey.
You better tell that story.
Okay. So, I've always been enamored with women. Like, from my mom and my aunt. My mom would curl her hair and do her makeup before work, and I would pick out her eyeshadows and all this stuff like that. You know, a little young sissy. So, doing all that.
Expressing yourself through
You're a young
makeup.
artist,
Yeah.
a young artist.
Because
A
how
young
was
artist.
that? Were you allowed to express yourself?
Question.
Okay, great.
Anything. My mother has
that's
been
important.
literally a full supporter.
Yeah.
Like from the beginning. Like
Yeah.
I'm her only child. I'm her boy. So
Okay, perfect.
She didn't notice those things because there was nothing to notice.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So she's like, oh, he's
my
creative.
baby. Right.
He likes color.
Yeah.
Well, what he picks really works. So
Right.
I get compliments
You're an
at work.
artist. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
and then my aunt, Didi, she would paint her nails every morning. Like certain like designs and like back then, this is really gonna age me. There was the California raisins. Remember that?
Oh yeah.
So she would do like a California raisin on each, like literally the raisin on the nail each morning, and then go to work. Sipping her Lipton
She had a
tea.
lot of time on her hand, huh?
She did. But so
That's
that
great.
was.
So you were supported then, just in your creativity.
Yes, I was very, very supportive of my creativity.
Yeah.
And then when I got into high school, I met this beautiful girl. And she's not beautiful, but because she mixed. But she was just a beautiful spirit and just very open. We never had that in Columbus. She worked at. There was a shoe store. What's that place that has all the stuff? It's like shoes and like, it's like skateboarding. But she worked there, but she had like, she was in high school also.
Yeah.
But she had like.
She was a woman.
She was a woman. She had breast implants. She had long hair. She had nails. And like all this stuff. I'd never seen anything like that. Someone so put together in Columbus, Georgia.
Right.
In high school.
She stood out.
In high school,
Yeah, she stood out.
And she came from Seattle or something like that.
Oh, that's what it was.
But she got casted to be in a video for 112.
Oh, okay.
Right. So
wow, all the way in Columbus, Georgia.
In Columbus, well, I'm sure
she went, yeah.
But she was also a stripper.
Right, got it.
In high school.
Yeah, hey.
In Atlanta.
Hey.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So she was going to the city.
She was very advanced.
She was going to the city.
She was gone. Yeah, she was very, very advanced.
Yeah.
So I'm going somewhere with the story.
Yeah, I love it.
So, she got casted for a 112 video, and she was like, "I know you love 112," because she was like she was my muse at the time. So, she was like, "Come up here. I know it's your favorite group." Blah 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 blah. So I was like, "All right, cool." went to Atlanta. My mother worked third shift, so I would take her car.
Yeah.
And drop her off at work, knowing damn well I should be at home. There's no need for me to have the car at night. But I was a manipulative son.
Yeah. Did she know you were making moves, or you were just dropping her off?
I'm just my mama.
She never knew about the
angel.
She never knew about.
She knows about it.
Okay.
She definitely knows about it now.
Yeah.
But she was like, okay, so I dropped her off, and then I drove to Atlanta. Mm-hmm. The video was at the Georgian Terrace in Atlanta, across from the Fox
I know the Georgian Terrace.
Yeah, and I went on the set to find her. Of course, she didn't answer her phone because you know they're on set. You know how.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh my God, what am I going to do? I don't know anybody.
Right.
And the first thing I thought was makeup. When you hear that on TV, you always hear makeup. So I was like, oh, I'll pretend to be the makeup artist. So then I went. I think there was like a CBS or Rite Aid next to the Georgian Terrace, and then I went there, and you know me
played it off.
And mind you, I didn't have no money, so I got the brush set was like this, you know, the bamboo. It was the travel brush set.
Yeah.
I went in, I was like,
it's still there.
Okay. And, exactly. And I was like, I'm the makeup artist. And the security guard, he didn't know. I'm just this little punk coming in there. And so I'm trying to find her, but also trying to find 112 a little same. I'm just like, where are they?
I'm in now.
Yeah. So now I'm in. I'm looking.
I'm
now I'm a full groupie, looking for my favorite group. And never found her that whole day. But who found me was my mentor, Maurice Beeman. Who is now like department heading all, like he's still like top tier. Like I love Maurice. But he found me, and basically I think the AD or PA or something told him it was this little punk walking around saying he was the makeup artist, not even an assistant, because I don't know what I can do.
On you.
And basically he, you know, pulled me under his rings, and 112 became like became my first job.
Oh, that's amazing.
Right, that became my first job. So I have literally been in this industry since I was like 17, 18.
Wow.
Yeah, so you started young too.
And they also became my first clients.
Yeah, I started young too. And that's destiny, right? I mean, because you can only say that.
Right.
There's that is all organic happening.
Yeah, it's all organic. And being boy crazy. So.
Yeah, boy crazy. It all sets you up, right? Being boy crazy sets you up for where the universe had you going.
Yes.
So that's fascinating, because I was going to ask you, like, how did it come to be you finding makeup, but kind of makeup found you?
Yeah.
Makeup found the artist. Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
So now 112 is your client, and then you started, like, Columbus, Georgia was a thing of the past? Or?
Yeah, so I have to backtrack a little bit because how I really, like, even though my mom and my aunt sold Avon.
Okay.
So I would always go into the testing stuff that, you know, what you do for the clients. I mean, what they would do, you know, for the
parties
clients.
and stuff.
The parties and stuff. So I had access to makeup. So I knew how to color on paper. I would make these little paper dolls and shade the lipstick, and I was doing face charts back then, child.
Yeah.
You know, on
I didn't know what it was.
Didn't know what it was, you know.
Just being
Crazy.
an artist. Yeah. And I do believe that that's most of us, right? We are the artist first.
Yeah. When you're allowed, when your family
supports you.
And they support you.
And you have, the makeup is accessible, because a lot of times we as the artist don't have the paint and the brushes and the canvas, and so makeup really does become the paint.
Right.
And as you're discovering yourself as an artist, the makeup is the paint for us.
Exactly.
And like for me, I used to like beat my face in I would use all my sister's makeup, and she would go out, and I would just sit on her vanity and do a full beat, and just stare at myself.
Yeah.
Like you change yourself.
Yeah.
Like
seeing
what
your
that
natural
did.
beauty.
Exactly.
Right.
So, you know, I totally relate to that story because that is so much of how I discovered the artist in me, just by the paint that was on my sister's vanity.
Right.
I think mine was I was an art student.
Mm-hmm.
But my mother, when she used to go out with my father, come here, Daniel. And she would put all the makeup on. Okay, that look too much? What you think? What color? This.
Yeah.
My nails too long. So she would, and I was the oldest out of 6 kids. But she would, come here, Daniel. How this look? How this look? How this look? How my hair look? It looks right in the back.
No.
I think
She knew the responsibility
she
and also
trained me.
Yeah.
And plus, she was a beautician.
Yeah.
They called her beautician back then.
Yeah.
And you heard him say he was the oldest of 6 children.
Yeah.
So now you know half of why Daniel's personality is the way that
Baby.
it is.
Because I had to take care of my brothers while my parents went out.
And Daniel
If
takes
no-
care of all of us.
Exactly. If no nonsense and not with the shit is in a book, it's your
It's Daniel
picture.
Green.
So that's
Yes,
how my
it is.
experience started. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great. Because we, you know, it's almost like somebody, right, going, what do I look like?
Right.
What do I like? It definitely
trust.
plants the
Training.
seed,
Yeah.
but you don't realize it at the time. But
Right.
you
Exactly.
just, as you reflect,
Mhm.
you were an authority back then. Like, people relied on you, even if it was just within your house.
Right.
You know, I mean, so many of my friends would have me do their makeup because I would sit there at my sister's vanity doing my
Right, right,
makeup.
right.
So
From Columbus,
right.
Georgia,
There you go.
to Atlanta. What made you move from your mother's house?
What made you realize you could successfully leave that safety?
Oh.
And before that, now, was your plan to go to college, beauty school? What was your aspiration before you knew?
It's all kind of mixed. So
Okay.
my mother always wanted me to be in the medical field because when I saw Bill Cosby, I was like, oh, I want to be an obstetrician.
Right.
Then once I realized what I had to do, I was like, no, ma'am. So So, you know, but I love babies. I love that whole thing. And then I love the Huxtables in the house and other stuff like that. So I was like, that's what I'm going to be. But who moved me out of Columbus was Kim Porter.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Yeah, that was like my muse. Like, we had
Kim
the same
Porter,
birthday.
everyone, is
The mother of the Combs twins
Yes.
and of Christian Combs.
yes,
Those
and
beautiful,
Puffy's
beautiful
like
kids.
lifelong, really partner. Yeah, exactly.
And she was a model
She
before
right
who she
before
was.
before all that. Kim is what I model myself after Kim because Kim is one of those people that I looked up to where she was so real and so honest and so authentic no matter where she was.
Yeah.
We could be sitting on my couch in my little tiny little studio apartment or in Morocco at Prince such and such house and she's like, I don't
Same
like
girl.
the food here. Like same
girl.
Exactly.
girl
Oh, we love that.
100% of the time.
Yeah.
It didn't matter who she was and I realized that authenticity through
Yes.
everything is what takes you further in life
100%.
and that's what people gravitate to.
100%.
She was like literally like Princess Diana to me.
That's beautiful.
Okay,
Yeah.
great.
And she was a beautiful,
Stunning.
Really didn't
beautiful
have to do nothing.
woman.
I worked with her
Just
one
wake
time.
up.
I worked with her one
Wake
time. I was
up
like,
and
what you
go.
want me to do?
Nothing.
Nothing. She was just really a beautiful girl.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
she told the truth.
Very.
Yeah.
She read somebody that day. I
Yeah.
So Kim Porter gave you the confidence to leave the safety of what you knew was safe. Home, your mother, your aunt, Columbus, Georgia.
Yeah.
She was the one that said, come into the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what she actually did was she gave me the strength to move past imposter syndrome because I've always had that. I moved into these spaces really, really fast from Columbus, Georgia. I didn't have time to get to levels and things of that nature. It's like boom.
It was on you.
So
Yeah.
she was like, "Hey, you're going on vacation with me.
Yeah.
Where are we going?
Yeah. Yeah.
We're going to St. Barts.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
I don't know
yes.
where it is. I've never had a passport.
Yeah.
I've never left the country.
Oh,
I've
that's
never done
fantastic.
anything.
Yeah.
And so she's like, you're coming with me. So I get there and there's Mary J. Blige. That's when
Yeah.
I first met her.
Wow.
There's Beyonce.
circle.
There's
Yeah.
Naomi.
Yeah.
There's Kim Cattrall. There is I mean, everyone was there. It's the, you know, the holiday for the celebrities. So
everyone. I mean, St. Bart's was a thing.
It was the thing.
It was a thing.
Everything was paid for.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean, I wouldn't have had the money to get there anyway.
Right.
But
that was a full, like, the Black Riviera.
Yeah. And I remember being there and just being nervous and, you know, just sitting there. And then she said, listen here, what you looking like that for? Like, you're supposed to be here. Like, people like you. People love your energy. That's why you're here. Just relax. Don't worry about these folks. They just like, they ain't nobody. That's always, I learned that very, very early on. Like, they're just like, they just got people. This. You know what I mean? And that's it. You have all that too. You're gonna get there.
Oh yeah.
You know, so that's
I mean, from someone like that to get that vote of confidence, like, just relax. You're good.
Stop acting like that, because I would start, you know,
trying to, like that.
You know, buying
like
fake jewelry
sometimes.
to, you know,
right? Am I supposed to be
like,
here?
She's like, that don't even look real.
Right?
That don't even look real. Take that off. You're doing too much. I'm doing like a big rapper necklace. Like, that ain't even your personality.
Yeah, exactly. Well, you know, you got to find yourself, but you do need people that support you in finding yourself. So
she definitely did that.
And so from Kim Porter, is that how Puffy became one of your main clients?
So,
and tell me, like, what got you to Puffy? Because was it that exposure, or were you doing more before you got to Puffy?
So in Atlanta, I'd already hit my glass ceiling. I'd already been doing every single video. It was me, Maurice, Nikki, Christian, Gwen.
Yeah.
Gwen is the first person I remember teaching me about the union. But I was like, I ain't doing that shit.
Right.
You know, okay.
Little that you know.
Right. Now I'm like, please, union. But we were doing everything. There was nothing that came to Atlanta without us touching it. Right. But I knew, like, I'm bored. I'm a Sagittarius. So I was like, well, there's got to be something else. Which
is important, right?
Yeah.
It's important to understand that Atlanta is a very regional market.
It is.
Maybe not as much now because they've really stepped into. But at that time, it was very regional.
Yeah, it was Atlanta.
Yes.
You know? And which a lot of people deemed as ghetto.
100%.
Right.
For a long time.
Yeah, it took a minute for people to catch on to Atlanta. Atlanta has always been the pulse of, like, music. Like that, you know, like those things. But
and the BMF,
now it's
exposure. You know, BMF was very, you know, the pulse of a new music scene and the new. So you were in all of that.
Yeah. All of that, and that's, you know. I forgot that.
No, so you recognized that you were bored in Atlanta.
I was bored. I had done everything, and I'm like, okay, how many of these videos I did to the windows to the wall, child?
Right.
Simultaneously shooting a porn in the parking lot.
Oh, what?
So to windows to the wall was shot.
Wait, stop right there.
Porn.
Go back to the porn. So now, was that your rent money?
So that was side money. So basically, they basically to the window to the wall was shot in I forgot the name of that strip club, but there was a strip club that was there, and that's where we shot it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, they would, you know, the guys would come up, yo, we need makeup on the girls, and I'm like, where?
Right.
Oh, we're shooting something outside. And I was like, and I went to see, I said, I need to go get some new brushes, because I'm not using my brushes.
Right.
On, like, you know, we got to
that's a mix.
Yeah.
Not
and
mixing.
How much? And they were paying cash.
Oh, yeah.
Cash. So they're like,
Atlanta's a very cash.
We got a G for you. A G? Hell yeah. Yeah, I'll buy some new brushes. Yeah, boom. Yeah, of course.
Exactly.
You know, especially at that age.
Yeah,
Yeah, so that, you know, doing that. And then
so doing those videos, is that how you met Puffy? Did it go from video to Puff? Like, how did that? So
Puffy was introduced to me because of Kim.
Okay.
So I was like her little guy. I was
right.
So I think that at the time, Ashunta Sharif was doing his makeup.
Okay.
Ashunta and also Rianne Silva.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So that's
Okay.
how I met
Yeah.
Rianne. So
Okay.
we all,
That's interesting.
share, that.
Puffy.
But this is like way earlier.
Right,
And then
right.
Ashunta came.
Right.
And I think Ashunta left to do Alicia Keys. She was doing Alicia Keys. So there was an opening. So,
Yeah.
somebody was like, oh, use Kim's guy. And then that's where that happened.
And that relationship started. Yeah, because I remember Daniel telling me a story about, Merrell, he does Puffy. And he needed me to like come and do Puffy
Substitute,
for
but
so he had to substitute you were
You
filling
had
in.
to do something and I had to
Right.
fill in for it. That's when he launched the Ciroc.
Oh, shit. Wait,
don't
who was I doing?
Ken, when we was with Ken
Yes,
Barboza,
yeah.
and it was something, you was double booked.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you recommended me.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because we just hung with Apollo.
Right.
And I worked with him for a day. I said, damn.
Right.
You losing-
Daniel
I
keeps
said, that
talking
damn
about
money,
he
I
took
was like-
very good care of
It was
he
some
took
great
very
money.
good
It was
care.
some
Baby,
great
that rate.
money. I said, oh, I could do this, and you
Yeah.
put me back. But
Let me tell you something.
He's a good
That
client.
man is going to take care of his people.
Yeah,
I don't
he-
care what anyone says. I know all the stuff out there,
Yeah.
but I never,
He took
never
care
had a
of
problem.
me. I had a car by myself.
Yeah.
Wardrobe had a car by themselves.
Yep.
Yeah.
The hair guy had a car. I mean, it was crazy.
Yep.
Yeah. Daniel just kept saying, he took really good care of me. I was like, oh, yeah, thank you, Merrell.
Yeah.
And I think
And-
that was the first time I heard your name.
Yeah.
Because Daniel said Merrell does Puffy all the time.
Yeah.
That's Merrell's.
But low key, quiet as it's kept, Puff actually took care of the Ken Barboza agency for a minute because we had Making the Band, we had Who Wanted to Work for Diddy, we had
Oh, wow.
all these shows that were happening. He was
Right.
the king of MTV, so all these shows were happening, and so I'm like, oh, boom, 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 boom,
Wow, because, Making the Band, honey,
Yeah.
that's the infamous
yeah.
Making the Band.
Making the Band was
walk
it.
over the bridge to get the cheesecake from Junior's. Remember that?
And
Everybody was like,
yeah.
look how he treats them. Look how he treats. But
And to be honest, like he was the first to actually put a trans woman on TV.
oh,
That's where I first met Laverne Cox.
so you see,
Oh, see, I didn't know.
Yeah.
and I don't
Back
even
that
remember
far.
her.
Yeah.
She was on. She was
She
in
was
Make-
amazing. She was like,
Who
she
was
was
she?
the one.
In Make was she on
She
Making
was
the
in
Band?
Who Wants to
or-
Work for Diddy. It was the assistant show.
Oh,
Yeah. Like
I
he's
remember
always
that.
been, he always
Ahead
is
of-
very,
Step
very
ahead.
innovative.
Yeah.
Head of
Always
time.
a step ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, even
That's
at his
awesome.
headquarters. What is it? What's the name of his quarters?
Well, we have Combs Studios, and then we have Daddy's house.
No.
Where the
The actual music place. What's the
Uptown
name?
Music. Uptown.
What? No.
no, Bad Boy.
Bad Boy.
Oh,
Yeah.
right,
You
right,
go
right.
up there,
Right.
It's
executive out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like he had it right.
And
His
everyone
business
looks
is right.
inspect.
Yeah.
Professional.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And not to mention, every single person that has ever worked with him are all millionaires.
Yeah. You see?
All millionaires.
You see?
He does.
Wow.
He shares, and he's just you know,
Yeah. You can't say enough
I don't
good
give.
things.
I don't care what people say about
Right.
him.
Let
That
them
man
say
is-
whatever,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Well, I just remember early on when I first got to New York, I was dating someone.
Who was it?
We're not telling.
Let's hear.
I'll tell.
I want to hear it.
But I was dating someone who was in a very popular music group. And Puffy was still interning. And he was, yes, and he was.
Oh, with Andre.
Yes.
Mhm.
And so he was bringing coffee to one of these people that I was dating. Yes, I know it's messy.
Let me go.
But
let me
anyway,
go through.
but what I
I'm
remember,
gonna have to import the
because
images.
people like had so much to say about how Puffy was treating people. But what I remember is that he brought this coffee at like 6 a.m. in the morning, and he was on taking trains. Like he wasn't mobile yet. Like swooping. Then he had the cabriolet, Volkswagen. Like I watched him go from stage because he was. He came around when we were doing Girls Strictly Business, and he had just like he hadn't formed Bad Boy yet. He was still under the whole Uptown. So I've watched Puffy earn his right
Yeah.
to the position that he's in.
Absolutely.
So when people had such a big fit about him telling them to walk over the Brooklyn Bridge to get that cheesecake from Junior's,
They don't know
that
what it is.
infamous thing that had everybody in a riff, it's like, I mean, he said that because he did that. Like there was no
Ubers.
And so anyway, that's just my little story on Puffy. And I did a few videos like with R. Kelly, and you know, I've been around the music business, so I've seen him, but he's never been somebody that I actually touched. But you know, but anyway, so from Puffy came like what was next? Because that was a big client.
That was a big client.
Yeah.
But what happened, and so we'll backtrack to St. Bart's. What happened in St. Bart's is I was the only makeup artist.
Oh, okay. So you were beating everybody's face.
You was
I got to
touching
beat
Because
Naomi.
the kids
I got
were
to
there.
beat Mary. I got to beat Kim
Yeah.
Cattrall. I was at Lorianne Gibson was there.
Yeah.
And we were all, they treated me exactly the same. There was nothing, like
Yeah.
none of that. So I think that's why I have this thing where it's like, you know, some people are like, oh, you know, oh, we got to make sure people quiet, they sleep. Shut up.
Right.
I'm not doing all that.
Right.
Where do I set up? What are we
Right,
doing?
yeah,
We're not
yeah.
doing that. Like,
Right.
Yeah.
well, she's sleeping.
Yeah.
And
Well, she
what
better
are we
wake
doing?
up.
And
Yeah,
so
she
right
better
now
wake
we're
wake
gonna
her
make
up. Wake her
right.
up. Like,
Yeah.
we have things to do.
Yeah, and
You
that
know,
is the
they
music
have a
business.
schedule.
Because the kids,
Let's keep them on
honey,
schedule.
Yes.
Why aren't you waking
Right,
them up? Why are they
Exactly.
why are they not awake?
Because
You know?
that is the truth.
And make
In
sure
the
they take a
music
shower.
Why am I
business,
doing your job?
You have
Exactly.
to
Yeah,
wake
yeah.
the kids up.
Yeah, and it's because they have such a grueling work schedule.
Yes.
You know what I
They
mean?
do. And they're night owls, most of them.
And they have to entertain at night.
Yeah.
They have to do
Yeah,
all these things.
they have
and,
to.
You know.
It is part of what they do, but
Right.
you know, we all want to talk to them during the waking hours. You
Right.
know, so you have to drag them out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you met all of these.
I met
beautiful,
all them,
fabulous
and
ladies.
it just became a thing. And I think that from there, I guess maybe when my name was around, I really don't know how all this happened, but I ended up being very much in the nightlife also.
Yeah.
So I was doing all the clubs and all
Yeah.
this stuff.
Yeah.
Because I thought I was a mini Puffy.
Yeah, but why not?
You know.
Right? Why not?
Young, not knowing anything.
And why
So
not
I got
live that
involved in the
moment?
nightlife, and
Yeah.
that created a whole buzz in
Yeah.
New York because I was
Yeah.
new.
Yep,
Yeah.
that was your networking.
It was my
Yeah.
networking, so
Yeah.
that's how this thing, you know, how it all kind of merged together. And
Yeah.
he's so young, and also, how is he getting in the clubs?
Yeah, exactly.
How is he getting in?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
you knew people.
I knew people, so it's just
Right.
like, who is this guy? Who is this
Yeah,
guy? So,
yeah. And so, what got you to, and let me know if I'm skipping over anything, what got you to Wendy Williams? Because that's when I really started hearing your name. Was, oh, Merell,
Right.
that's Merell. Merell's with Wendy. Merell's with Wendy. So how did that happen? And is there anything you want to tell us prior to Wendy?
Well, you did a lot of ads and editorials.
Yeah, I've
too.
done like commercials,
Yeah.
advertisements, all
Right.
this stuff like that.
And
so
we've done stuff together.
yeah,
Right.
we've
Yeah.
done stuff together. You
So
pull me in on
nice.
jobs.
Yeah. Refer
Yeah.
the right person.
Yeah.
That's networking.
That's
Yeah,
networking,
yeah,
which
yeah.
the art of that is gone. I hate that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Oh, yeah.
for sure.
Yeah,
You
because
come
everyone's
in.
selfish.
Yeah. Come
Hate
in,
that.
set up,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah.
And one thing I remembered about you, you always send a thank you card to your client and some lipstick.
Ooh, that Southern charm.
I mean, I thought that was so cool. I said, that is so nice.
Southern charm.
And I
darling.
went home and said, I ain't doing that shit. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. That's too much work. But look where.
Classy.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
classy. Yeah.
I mean, I always say this. I think, like, honestly, what's missing now, and I hate seeing this, and there's this hierarchy, there's this weird thing that's happening now when somebody finally gets on and they start acting like a bitch, or they start acting very mean, like they've been here for years.
Yeah.
Ma'am, you're not born from a dynasty.
No.
Sir, you're not born
Yeah.
from a legacy of this. You
Yeah.
literally just got on because you
Yeah.
have a hot client.
Yeah.
Exactly.
As soon as that hot client
Don't
is
forget.
gone, I've been here for 25 years. I know
Darling.
exactly how this goes.
We-
And consistently.
Don't we?
Consistently.
Yeah.
But it's all these people that
Yeah.
this whole they're not wearing Margiela, they're not doing all
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
Girl, get out of here with that.
It's
I don't care what
out.
your network is.
What
I don't
is-
care
what
who you
is-
hang out with. Because
Yeah.
who you hang out with is them, not you. Who are you?
Who
as a
are
person?
you? And remember,
But be nice to everybody. Be nice to everyone. The intern, the waiter, like stop being like,
Yeah.
you know, oh, they serve me. Like, get the fuck out of
Yeah.
here. Even to your assistants.
Yeah.
Be nice.
Oh, yeah.
Be kind.
Next call on the line. Jordan, is that what we say? Next call on the
Next
line.
call on the line.
Right.
But the reality is we are in the service business.
We are
Do
service
not
people.
do not ever forget, even though you're flying on private jets.
Yeah.
And you're able to carry a Louis Vuitton bag, and your makeup bag is
Yeah.
some kind of designer or something, and the kids are falling all over you because
Yeah.
you're moving with Beyonce or whoever. Let's
Yeah.
just hypothetically. Remember that you are in that crew,
Right.
the service
Your
workers.
Service. You're a
You
service.
might
You
be
are
fabulous,
not the star.
but you are not the star.
Right.
And as you said, the moment
you can be
that
a
that star wants
Yeah.
to go have a baby, or decides I'm going to have a mental breakdown and so I'm no longer going to be doing this, or whatever it is, the moment that that goes away, you recognize the importance of being nice to people, forming relationships with people while you are exposed at that level, because those are the things that are going to sustain you. Because it's not the artist that you're moving with, it is your relationship with Daniel that says, you know what, oh, I can't do this, I'm going to recommend Merell. Oh, I can't do this, Merell, I can't do this, I'm going to have Daniel replace me. Because those are the things, when you are a creative, that keeps us working and paying our bills.
Correct.
Like keeping it a buck.
That's true.
You
That's
know?
true.
Very
networking
much.
to me.
Yeah.
And don't expect nothing from it.
Yeah.
Don't
expect nothing
No,
from it.
you did your service. You did
Yeah.
a job.
Yeah.
Now
Keep it
go.
moving.
Everybody's like, I can't believe they didn't post me. Why didn't they tag me? This
Yeah. Oh, child, this new world, this new social media
If you
world
don't
is
stop
very
being
different.
entitled, it's their Instagram. They can do what the hell they want to do.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it would be nice.
Yeah, of
That
course.
is occurred. Like, if they
Yeah.
do it, yeah, but you move on. I'm sitting
Well,
in your
and
room 'cause
especially
ain't
when you
post
do
me.
someone's makeup for free, waiting for them to post, like, you're killing us.
Yeah.
You know, because we have all fought as we have come to get those very nice rates
I say it
per
all the time.
day, because those rates, sometimes that job is your only job for that month. And so when you say my rate is $3,500 or $4,000 for the day, that's because, one, I'm a star in my right?
Right.
But I'm also protecting all of the people that move like I
Right.
move. Because this might be the one job we have for the month.
Period.
That $3,500 pays my rent, takes care of a couple of bills for me. If I don't get nothing else, I've protected myself through my rate
Right.
that allows me to keep going and pursuing this dream of being a creative. When you say, I will do it for nothing to get a post, you
You're
kill
Yourself.
Yes.
You do a disservice to,
To
yourself.
yourself.
That means that you don't think enough of you.
Yes.
And you think more of that person for a click that
Yeah.
will be forgotten about in a swipe.
Yeah,
Exactly.
because
so
they,
you
in 2 weeks, your thing is way down on their
Yeah.
freaking
And
timeline.
don't think these celebrities, they look at that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and they
Oh.
know, and they talk to each other. Child, call him. You ain't got no money. Yeah, call him. He'll do it for this,
Exactly.
and he's good.
Yep.
He'll do. He's good because there's so many talented makeup
Yep,
artists
there
out there
are.
that don't really know their strength and don't really know their power
Yes.
And
And-
don't know how to charge. What the
because
rate
they're not
is.
talking to each
Because
other.
they're not talking to each other and they don't understand. Right for
Right.
them to understand, don't underestimate your value.
Yeah.
It's more than just a click.
Yeah.
It really is. Don't do it for free because you are important. Your train ride to
Right.
wherever, your Uber ride to them, the brushes that you've bought so that you can beat that face where
Right.
they go, hey, listen, hey, you know, charge for that. That's important to
Yeah,
do
you're
that.
doing a service. There is a
You're
service
doing a
charge on Uber
service.
that I get tired of seeing.
Honey.
So you get what I'm saying? Like all
Yeah,
that stuff is
yes,
a service charge.
100%.
But there, I want to bring this up because
Yeah.
this is one thing that sparked a really big conversation during COVID that I really there was a celebrity, I won't name her.
Name her, please.
And also, I'm going to use celebrity is loosely.
Yes.
Because she's not a celebrity.
Right.
She's celebrated
Gotcha.
by a certain
Group.
Okay.
group.
Yes.
Okay?
Gotcha.
Okay.
She put up a post that said, I wish I would pay more than $250 for my makeup. And we had a whole clubhouse thing with it, and there was a whole thing where these celebrities were talking about it shouldn't be this much, it shouldn't be this much. But meanwhile, going to a bar, charging $10,000 a day to sit up in a bar and do this.
Yeah. Hello.
You get that,
Hello.
but we can't
We
do this
can't-
to make you
exactly.
look good because
Yeah.
sometimes y'all don't look like nothing.
Nothing.
Y'all leave your house, y'all wake up, you look crazy.
Yeah.
Okay? We create the face that makes you want to be, to
100%.
make you an influencer, to make you these things.
Oh yes,
Pay
honey, you are
us
preaching
our
our
worth.
niche on this
Don't do
show.
that.
Yes,
Yeah.
don't do that, and
I
don't
hate
count
that.
my
And for
coins.
$250, baby.
Don't count my coins
my
because I'm
God.
not counting yours.
Tell me.
No.
I won't because she's one of those that would,
Oh.
she, next thing you know, you'll be on the shade room because she need clickbait.
Yes.
Yeah, one of those.
So Wendy Williams, right?
Mhm.
Wendy Williams was a phenomena, right?
Yes.
Like we know Wendy. If you're from New York, you knew Wendy through the streets, honey.
The
because she
radio.
was
Mm-hmm.
the scandal. Honey, she always had some kind of scandal
Right,
going
right,
behind her, and she was unapologetic. She didn't give a shit if you came for her. Like whatever, like you
Yeah.
know, I'm gonna talk shit about you
Right.
because that's what I do, right?
Right.
So she got her Wendy Williams show.
Mhm.
Now, how did you come to know, and how did you come to get to Wendy? Because again, that's how I really started hearing your name because
Yeah.
she was looking great.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, Wendy looks.
She looked good, yeah. And natural, too.
No disrespect,
Yeah.
Wendy. Just
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah,
like
very natural.
You know, yeah,
She looked like herself. She
Yeah.
looked done.
yeah.
So,
Yeah.
funny thing, I didn't know who she was.
Oh, okay.
I don't have a car. I
Oh,
didn't have
wow.
a car at the time. So,
Yeah.
and I just moved from,
Atlanta.
Atlanta to, I didn't know who she was.
Yeah.
I didn't,
You-
there
yeah,
was no
'cause she
social
wasn't
media then.
syndicated, right?
Yeah,
like,
so
in
I
your
didn't
world.
listen to
yeah.
radio.
Yeah, it was very regional.
I listened to an iPod, the
Yeah.
big ass iPod,
Yeah.
and had a there was a hairstylist. There is a hairstylist that I worked with a lot, and she was phenomenal. Like,
Yeah.
she is phenomenal.
Yeah.
She did literally the best wigs ever. Her
And
name
who was that?
Hadia Barbell.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
She's
So
the one.
Hadia Barbell,
Oh,
baby,
wow.
New York,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
everyone.
Yes.
And
yeah.
she had the Jew.
on lock.
She had all
certain
the
group
girls
on lock.
on lock, baby, because her wigs were believable.
Yeah.
They were. They had movement. They were sexy.
Yeah. Oh,
You know,
Okay.
and that's who Hadia is.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
that's just what she exudes.
Yeah.
She's also a Sagittarius, and we just really
Clicked.
clicked. So we were doing like photo shoots and stuff together. Like I was like her makeup artist.
yeah.
So she was like, "Hey, I have a client that she is doing a new show, a talk show,
Yeah.
and I think you should do her makeup." And I
Yeah.
was like, "I do no talk show.
Right,
Like, that's
right.
boring.
Yeah.
Like daytime TV, beat it."
Right.
So
yeah, especially coming
then
from
she-
the world you came from.
Right. So then she sent me the picture, and the picture was of Wendy in her messy self.
Oh.
You know, so
yeah.
it's Wendy who's, for me, it's messy.
Right.
Jersey hair,
Yes.
big old hair,
hair, big hair.
you know,
Yeah.
that pink, that pink lipstick.
Yeah.
You know, just Wendy being crazy
Messy.
Wendy, just
Yes.
being Jersey Wendy. I didn't know
Yes.
Jersey style back then. I was like, I ain't doing her.
Right.
That's the radio Wendy.
Yeah. So I was
Right.
like, no, because Wendy is herself. She
Yes.
don't want all that.
No.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So there was no like picture.
Right, and
picture
she was
of her.
radio, so she didn't need
Radio.
to like
Yeah.
worry
She's
about
no
the visual.
she's no fuss.
Yeah.
No fuss.
Right.
So then I was like, So
Yeah.
then I went to lunch. She was
Yeah.
like, you should come to lunch with me.
Right.
Went to lunch with her
Yeah.
and fell in love
Awesome.
instantly. But did
Yeah.
not know any of the mess.
Yeah. Yeah.
Didn't know any of the mess.
Yeah. And you should, at that
Yeah,
point, you didn't need to know.
Yeah. So, and I was also working with Puff and
Right,
all the
yeah,
stuff. I didn't
yeah.
realize that she was talking about my clients. we ended up having lunch, and I was like, okay, so what I'll do is I'll do your sneak peek.
Yeah.
Right? Because it was only like 2 weeks, right? So I can take 2 weeks off. It's fine.
Yeah.
When I saw the show, and then I saw how happy she was
Yeah.
and the whole thing, I was like, well, what's the rate? That's number one.
Yeah.
What's the rate? Because you're not going to take up my day,
Yeah.
you know, for, you know,
You darling.
because we have lives too. Even though we're in the service industry, we also have lives. So
Yes,
it
we
needs
do.
to be taken care of.
Yes, we do.
So
And
the
we'll
rate
touch
was
on
cute.
that. Yeah.
The rate was cute,
Yes. Yes.
but not cute.
right.
But
Yeah,
I was
the
like,
rate
thank
was-
you
it
so
was
much.
TV cute.
Yes.
It was
rate
TV cute.
It was TV cute.
But I'm not used.
But the thing was that it was consistent.
It was consistent, so I'm not used to that because I'm like, this
Yeah.
a day? No,
Yeah.
I'm not
Yeah,
doing
yeah,
that.
yeah.
But then, we working this many days. And that. Okay, boom. And then, okay. So
Exactly.
the weeks.
So it starts to yes. And that's every week for
Every week.
a certain amount of weeks.
Yeah.
And so you start doing the math.
So I started doing the math, and I was like,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
So, and not only that, like, as messy as, I need everyone to know that we don't know these people.
No.
Right.
We don't know celebrities.
No.
Right.
They're not our friends.
Not
we
at all.
don't know them. So what you see in media, and when you have all this tension in your chest because you don't like this person because they're like this, shut up.
Mm-hmm.
It's all an act, and you're buying into it.
Right.
It's not real.
It's not real.
It's not real.
It's entertainment.
It's entertainment for y'all.
It's entertainment.
So, I know a different side of her.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So that's what I fell in
Yes.
love with.
Yeah.
And that's what kept me there.
Yeah. Because you were there how long?
13 years.
Yeah.
And that's the longest
amazing.
time I've been
Wait a minute, that's how
anywhere.
long she been on
Yeah.
TV?
Oh yeah, she
It
was
was,
there for.
She had the show for 13 years?
13 seasons?
Yeah, she was 13. Yeah,
13 seasons.
She was there for.
But I
a
left for 2 years.
Yeah.
Because I needed
A break.
I needed a break, and I needed to get back into the world because I got tired of seeing Sir John, Caesar, all my
Right,
friends,
everybody out there doing
Keita,
things.
all them coming, hey,
With
how you doing? And I'm still sitting there with my cough cup. Hey, y'all, how is it out there? You went on vacation? How was that? Ooh. Dang.
God,
that was my
like
whole
that.
life. So I was just like, I'm up here doing the damn.
But you got nominated for 3 Emmys.
I did.
Okay.
I did.
Honey, they ain't hear nothing about the
Emmy nominated.
I did. I wish we would have won some because the first one was definitely an interesting thing because I lost against the 700 Club, but we won't talk about
Oh Lord.
politics.
And I voted
Politics
for you.
all
I
the
voted
time.
for you. I was one of the judges.
Yeah.
Politics.
That first
Politics. But yeah.
The 700 Club. Wait a minute now.
Exactly.
700
Well,
Club.
he's
Is
dead.
anybody
And God
wearing
rested
makeup?
it. God rested
He
it.
just died, so go do it again. Oh no, she's not on TV.
No, she is.
Okay.
No, but we had a great run. It was
Yeah.
really, really cool. And
Yeah, you did.
yeah, it was cool. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
And what ended up happening also is that the reason why I kept my relationships outside of this and how I'm still able
Yeah.
to like walk around because most of my clients and everyone knows I'm a steel trap.
Yeah.
What happened with me and Wendy goes to the grave. What happened to all my clients
Goes to the
grave.
grave.
Exactly.
If you shut the fuck up,
Shut up.
Keep
we
working
can't,
forever.
Can we cuss or we can't cuss? Or what is it?
No, we can cuss, darling.
Oh, yeah, if
we
you
can
shut
be
the
very
fuck
messy
up,
on the podcast.
You will keep your clients. You will keep everything. So if people just shut the fuck up,
Yeah.
they will have a long-lasting career.
100%.
People talk too much. If
And
you're
they
not telling
really
your
do.
business, stop telling other people's business.
Stop telling us.
Stop doing that.
It is the
And
key.
the reason why a lot of people lose clients is because
Yep.
they heard things.
Yep.
And everybody
People
talks
talking.
to everybody. I say it all the time. Even in our world
yeah.
of makeup.
Yeah.
Like I'm looking out for you and
Mhm.
giving you work and hooking you up and you're talking shit about me, you better believe
Baby.
that's gonna come back to me.
Oh,
But
Keep
you know,
your mouth shut.
keep your mouth shut. But also, like, that's the thing about this industry too. It's a lot of chatting about other people.
Yep.
If you worry about your own self,
Exactly.
mind you, if you just focus on yourself and what you're doing and not talking about what they're doing, blah 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 blah, do you figure, you know how far you can go?
You can go so
You can
far.
go so far.
So
That's
far.
the energy you should be putting into yourself. instead of
100%.
well, child, I didn't like this when she did for Met Gala, or I didn't like that,
Yeah.
blah blah blah.
Yeah, it don't
and
matter.
the hair on this, do you like this?
Right.
Blah 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 blah.
And nobody gives a fuck about your
such
opinion.
and such did her. I don't like him. Girl, who gives a fuck?
Who gives
And-
a fuck?
Who gives a
And-
fuck? And when you're about and the shit that I've heard that came back about me,
Oh, well,
It's just like,
we
you
could
know,
do a whole show.
you can do a whole
Or what
story,
people
and
have to
all of
say.
it's true.
Yeah, that should be a
all
show.
of it's true.
And guess
Every
what?
last thing is true.
And you know I don't give a fuck.
I don't give a fuck either. Like, I mean,
But I'm gonna make a point. Some of these celebrities set you up.
oh, absolutely.
They
And we
set
know
you
that
up.
story.
Oh,
There's a story about that. We'll keep it quiet, but we know that story.
yeah.
That's for
They
another
plant
show when we bring
information.
you back for a Tuesday tea.
Right.
Yeah, these
So-
celebrities set you up.
They
to see
they plant
if
stuff
you,
to see who's
With
talking.
who's going to
Who's
talk?
talking.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Oh,
You
yeah.
have to be smart
Absolutely.
because they'll plant the seed just to see what you do.
It's
what
not
you
about
do.
being smart.
Yeah.
Also, it's also about just being authentic and having
Yeah.
integrity.
Have
Yeah.
integrity.
And be a
You know,
professional.
Yes.
Be a professional.
Be a professional.
Who cares
Shut up.
if it's a new baby coming about
Yeah.
child I heard about?
Yeah.
Girl,
Nobody cares.
what? That don't
Yeah.
equal money.
Yeah,
No.
and it's not
It
your
don't-
concern.
Yeah, I like
you
that.
don't have to
It
go
don't
home and
equal
deal
money.
with
Yeah,
that.
if it
I
don't
like
make
that.
dollars, it
It
don't
don't
make
make no
sense.
dollar.
It don't
I'm
make
making a
sense.
dollar off that.
Oh
Right.
my gosh.
I love it.
Get out of here.
Okay, what's the one celebrity you want to do that you haven't done yet? One female, one male that you always wanted to do.
You know who
Or
I've
who
always
you
wanted
love,
to do?
yeah,
Who I would
yeah.
love to do?
Yeah.
It's Joan Smalls.
Oh yeah.
It's just
She's
something
so
about
pretty.
her that I just like. I don't know. I just really like. I've never met her.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about her. I just know that like.
And I
don't
miss
know.
the fashion
She's
girls.
Just,
I miss the
yeah,
fashion
I miss
girls.
that, and
yeah.
like, I would love to do Michelle Obama.
Oh yes,
okay.
somebody.
I've always in my mind,
Mm-hmm.
it don't matter if she's, first lady or she's
Yeah,
always,
she's always the first
lady.
But
yeah.
just because she's not in the White House, I know people are like,
Yeah.
but I want
She's
to
a lady.
see what
She's
I
a lady.
do on her.
what you would
Yeah.
do
Yeah.
exactly.
I would like to see
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, she's
You heard that,
out of
Michelle
men-
Obama?
Yeah, out of men. And also, I would like to touch Kim Kardashian and Beyonce real
Oh.
quick. Just one time.
One time.
You gotta keep them.
One time.
Just
for
Just let me
show
touch
up.
you one time.
Just a
One
good
time
hit.
And then
for
I'm
show
out,
up.
you know.
Just a good
Yes.
hit.
Yeah, just a good like boom.
I don't
I'm
need to
out.
go on tour,
Boom,
right?
boom,
I
I'm
just
out.
want to step
Boom,
in
I'm
and
out.
step out.
Let me just see.
Yeah.
That.
Now, how did you get into the union? Was that through Wendy show? Is that
So I can say this now
Yeah.
because
you're in?
yeah, because I'm in. How I got in was number one, I didn't realize that our show was not union. It wasn't.
I didn't either.
It wasn't
No, I knew that.
unionized.
Oh.
So I was like,
know that.
I've been working all these years. I'm paying $758 a month for health insurance.
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing all the stuff. I've worked all these years and no retirement, no pension, no anything, because at this time you start realizing, oh wait a minute, I'm on this other half of my life.
Yes.
So let me figure this out. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Now, the regular working folks, they get this. It's built
Yep.
in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I was like, how am I going to do this? And then I kept hearing $6,000. $6,000. I was like, I ain't paying that to get in that. You know what I mean?
Wow.
And also, I wish that I would have gotten earlier because I've done so many movies.
So much.
But the good thing is that when I did get in, my annuity was there from the jobs that I did before. People don't
perfect.
realize that.
Oh, good for you.
It's always
Good
stuff.
for you.
They're always
That
collecting,
just-
which is
yes,
great.
they are. Yeah.
So I was like, you know what? Let me call someone. And I talked to Angela Johnson. I talked to my girls Angela and Rosemary. I love them.
Yes.
Those are my girls.
Our
And I was
union
like,
reps.
yeah, how do I get our show unionized?
Yeah.
And they were like, we've been
you
waiting
was-
for you.
Oh,
We've
so
been
you
waiting.
were the
Push that?
catalyst.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Oh,
So
that's great.
we've
Good
been
job.
waiting for you. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was
Yeah.
a great thing. So then
Wow.
we orchestrated a plan.
Yeah.
And because and I'm going to tell y'all this,
Tell me.
Yeah.
productions are not always your friends.
No, we know that.
We know.
Right. Because they know they got to pay that extra fee.
Uh-huh. Oh,
You
they
know
gotta
what I
pay
mean?
your pension and welfare.
They got
gotta
to do all that stuff.
of
The same thing that y'all are getting,
That's right.
we should be getting too.
100%.
Right. So they were like, they're going to try to do certain things because every time I
Yeah.
asked about it, it was very much, you don't want to do that.
Yeah.
You know they're going to take money from you.
Yeah.
Y'all take money from me. So does
Yeah.
Uncle Sam.
Uh-huh.
So, like, what's the difference?
Yeah. And
At
they
least
take
this is
money
going-
and put it away from me.
Yeah, this is an investment.
Yeah.
This is for
Yes.
my future.
100%.
So they were like, so we're going to do this. And then COVID happened.
Oh,
It was
wow.
perfect. So
wow.
we were able to do
get
things
the
without being
legwork
strong-armed.
Yeah.
And then we had our meetings, and
Great.
we would meet up. And then I think I brought in
Great.
13 people.
Oh, well done.
That
Yeah.
was
Well
during
done.
COVID?
That was during COVID.
Well
We were
done.
on hiatus.
Yeah.
And then we came back, and that's when the thing
Yeah.
happened. I think it was 13, maybe 10.
Yeah.
Maybe 10,
That's
12.
awesome, though.
Wendy
I mean-
Williams after COVID?
Right after COVID.
Yeah.
So 2021.
So she
Okay,
did-
you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
And, I bring up the union just because as creatives, and I say this to all of these creative makeup artists, hairstylists, you can say whatever you want about all the people that do makeup on film or the people that do makeup on TV. You should want to be there because if nothing else, for that protection that you speak of, when you get to a certain age and your life is now where you're not jet setting to St. Bart's because those people aren't there anymore, right? And that happens because we evolve, life changes. And as creatives, we're not the most disciplined people
At all.
Nope.
to put our money aside
Yeah.
for what's lies ahead of 30 years, 40 years, and the union protects you that way.
Absolutely.
And so
Yeah.
I say that, it's important to become a member of IATSE 798, 706, wherever you land. It's important for the very reason that you spoke on. The government takes my money. You guys are taking my money.
The state
Let
take
me
your money.
bring
Ooh,
my
that
money
state, baby.
someplace where they can protect me.
Right.
So when I'm 70 and I need to call on that money, it's there to call on instead of being living this carefree life and you're like, oh shit.
I have a story, and I remember AJ Crimson was the first person that told me. God bless AJ
a
Crimson.
wonderful makeup artist who passed away
Yeah.
sadly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When doing all that Puff Days and doing all that stuff, I
Yeah.
thought I was a celebrity too, right?
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
young. I
Uh-huh.
never had no money.
Yeah.
It was coming in.
Yeah, yeah.
Had all
And we
these
were
fake
spending
friends.
as
Ooh,
fast
baby,
as it
buying
came.
the bar. Buying the bar out, buying bottles, all that dumb shit. Had a personal
That wasn't
shopper.
dumb.
Yeah.
Oh,
Had a personal
oh,
shopper.
look at you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, that's where all this comes
Yeah,
from.
no, this was then. I had a personal shopper just doing all this crazy stuff because
Yes.
I never had anything.
Yeah.
2008 hit the market crash. There were no jobs.
That's right.
No, nothing. Yep.
And guess what? I had not a friend to call on.
Yep.
All
You
them, I couldn't
discover a
eat them
lot.
bags. I couldn't eat them bracelets. I couldn't
Nothing.
eat none of that stuff. I
Yep.
couldn't eat my apartment,
Nope.
and I had to pay the rent on it.
Yep.
And they didn't care.
And they're looking.
All that fabulous
They're
is me
looking.
walking through my
Yeah.
doorman building, and they're
Uh-uh.
like, "Bitch, you owe 2 months of
Yeah,
rent."
exactly. And everybody
Okay.
in the building.
You know,
knows.
where's that? Where's that at now?
There go that
Where
paper
is
up there.
that at now? You know what I mean? You're doing all that fluff to
Uh-huh.
impress people that don't even
Care.
like you.
Don't even like you. Don't care.
Don't
whatever.
even like you.
Yes.
I did all of that.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
2008 hit was broke ass shit.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
broke.
Yeah.
That was my first lesson. AJ told me first, like,
Yeah.
you better save your money. And
Yeah.
I was like, Sean, please shut up. You know? And,
Okay.
you know.
Yeah. So now talk to me about your career now and how you're transitioning and leveraging and monetizing your expertise. Is that he came and joined us on Ghost as
Very
Mary J.
professional.
Blige's makeup artist, and we're so happy that you're here with us. But like, how are you? Because we are coming into a different phase of our careers. We're older. We don't want to like jet set all over the place, right? Because
No, I
we
still
have
do.
friends like
I still do want to.
yeah, but you know,
I
you
still
also
do.
you want to kind of do it with your life too. You know, not
Yeah.
always at their beck and call, but you know,
So right now, because I have the privilege to,
yeah,
and because I, you know, I hate the word pay your dues because people, well, I don't hate the word. I think that people think that pay your dues means you have to bow down and let people step on you.
Yeah, no.
It's not about that.
No.
It's about learning the ropes so you
Yes.
can have a better and easier time in this industry.
100%.
So it may seem like you're struggling because y'all
Right.
Gen Z are to cry about everything.
Right.
It may seem like it's a lot, but it's not.
Right.
It's you. All these things are teaching you how
It's
this
teaching
industry
you.
works, so that
Yes.
you can catch it before it gets to you, so you don't make the mistakes that I made.
Amen.
You know what I mean?
Amen.
And for me, because I have the privilege of paying my dues and having
Yeah.
amazing mentors and
Yeah.
great people that I work
Yes.
with, like
Yes.
young, you know, the
Yes.
the Chuckies, the Oscars, the
Yep.
Sams,
Yep.
and
Right.
all these people that taught me things.
Yeah.
Pat.
Yeah.
And like now, I'm able to pick and choose my clients because
Yeah.
my peace is first.
Yeah. Amen.
You know, my
Ooh,
peace
it's
is
nice to
first.
get to that
That's a good
place.
one.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
so I'm not going to be with a client that is problematic for
Yeah.
me where
Right.
I am, because number one, my patient is this big.
Right.
So
Yeah.
I'll cut you out in a minute. I don't care who you
Oh.
are. I quit
I quit.
today.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, I'm not doing that. No, get out of here. What you want? No, I'm not doing
Yes,
that.
and
Yeah.
that comes with
But that's
a journey.
leverage. That's
Yes,
leverage,
amen.
and also, you know, me being able to to
Yeah.
do that. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
so I do that. I save more.
Yeah. Yeah. Good for you.
I make sure that, you know, I'm getting paid my worth.
Yeah. Amen.
Well,
Good for
crowd
you.
management also helps me make sure
Hey,
I'm getting paid my.
that's right.
You know, my worth.
Let's shout out.
Yeah, shout out to crowd management because
That's
baby,
right.
those are my guardian angels.
Yeah. Good.
So I mean, as of now, like there's certain things that I'm working on
Yeah.
that I now have. Once the dust settles, because
Yeah.
I'm working on like 4 different projects right now.
Okay. Good. That
know.
are just about you, what you're doing.
No, client projects.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
So
in connection, like it's like a project that you're doing with a client, or just specifically a client.
so there is a project that I am doing with the client.
Okay. Good.
So we're working on that.
Okay. Great.
And
And
also
who are-
keep some things to yourself. You can't say you
Have
can't say
to,
everything.
because
Yeah.
you know you got to come back for Tuesday tea, darling.
Uh-huh.
And once all that happens, you can tee it up. But anyway,
Yeah.
now who are some of your new clients?
My clients right now, for this right now in
Yeah,
this present
yeah.
time that I'm working with, are Yaya Mateen, Mary J. Blige,
Yes.
Travis Scott.
Yes.
Oh my God, there's
Travis
Tasha
Scott.
Smith.
Fabulous. Oh, my friend Tasha Smith.
Yeah,
Hi,
Niecy
Tasha. What up?
Nash. God, I know I'm leaving out some people that
Yeah.
when this comes out, they're gonna be like, "Oh, I'm not your client."
Right.
But
you know
there's
that you're
many
moving
more
with
that I'm
that are like actually like doing stuff that's taking you places, and where you're
Yeah.
actually like creating
right.
campaigns with like Mary. I mean, you've done so much work with her, like with the tour.
Yeah.
With what was that? The women. What's her
Strength of a Woman.
Strength of a Woman. Like that was very high
The cover
profile.
of Beautiful People, People Magazine.
People Magazine.
Yeah, you, Travis Scott has that whole Nike campaign.
Mhm.
So, you know, I mean, I'm sure there are a lot of clients, but these are people who are like doing things on such a big and broad.
But it's more than that. It's,
Yeah.
I try to choose and stay with clients
Yeah.
that also pour into me.
Yes. Yes, amen.
Like all my clients right now are, and I still work with Puff.
Mm-hmm. Oh, good.
You know?
That's great.
So all my clients right now are the type of people that are so giving and
Mhm.
understanding
Mhm.
and authentic and human
Yeah.
and real
Yeah.
that it makes my job so much easier.
That's
So I
great.
really, like before them,
Yeah.
I kind of felt like things were getting on my nerves.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
Also Sam J.
Yeah.
Sam J is my client. So,
Okay.
you know, all Sam J, Z-Way,
Yeah.
all these people
Yeah.
are, you know, people that actually like are people that see me as an equal, as someone that, hey, I love
Right.
what you do for me.
Right.
I love your energy.
Yeah.
I'm also going to pour into you. As in
Amen.
like, you know,
Yeah.
they're I don't know how to explain it, but it's
And that's important.
It's a beautiful.
That's
thing
important.
now.
I mean,
can't even
because we
explain
are
what's happening right now.
in the business of service.
Yes.
But when you get with people
That see you.
who see you, even though I'm here to provide a service, that you recognize that that's my role in this big thing that you got going that's helping them, and you recognize my contribution to this moment, right?
And in turn, because you see me, I do extra because I want to. I protect and I always say this: protect the kingdom.
Yes.
Because when that person, something happens to that person, the kingdom falls.
Yeah.
And with the kingdom, I mean not putting them on a hierarchy. Just that's where your bread and butter.
Amen.
So you want to make sure you protect
100%.
them. Don't
Very
talk
important.
shit. Don't do you
Very
keep them
important.
protected.
Yes.
And anything that's around them that's not of God, I make sure
that's
that I tell like
keep
get
it
out
away.
of here.
Keep it away.
Yeah.
So, just give us a pivotal moment in your career. Like, is there anything that stands out for you that one thing changed the dynamic of, like, where I'm gone in my career?
There's been so many.
Yeah.
There's been, like, so many moments.
Yeah.
But, child, this selective memory of mine, it'll come
That's
to me
okay.
later.
You can just give us one. One that
but
was like...
I just have to say the most recent would be I can't really say what it was.
Yeah.
But Mary.
Yeah. I would say
we've had, talks.
Yeah.
And also Tasha Smith.
Yeah.
Right? And also Sam.
Yeah.
Sam, Tasha, those women, Sam, Tasha, Mary.
Yeah.
Those women and how they speak to me.
Yeah.
As a man,
Ooh,
as who
so
I
beautiful.
am, like how they speak into me.
Yeah.
It's so affirming, and so it literally breathes life into me and gives me hope for my future in this industry.
Yeah.
Because for a minute I was like, Instagram faking phony people, blah blah blah
Oh,
blah.
right.
Out.
Yeah. You can get a bad attitude. You can get a bad attitude.
No, just even the
it's a
people
mess.
around, the people that are around. It's like,
I agree.
Tasha
Smith is a very good friend of mine, so I completely understand what you're saying about her, because she really does pour into you.
Oh, it's deep.
And brings so much life. So shout out to Tasha.
Yeah.
We love
Hey,
you.
Tasha.
Hey, Tasha. And Mary too.
Yeah, but Mary, yes.
And
Mary
Sam.
is always so
But I can hear you
beautiful.
and Mary talk.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's like
brother
sister thing.
Yeah. It's also safety and a trust, and we see each other, and it's beautiful.
Yeah. So it's been such an honor to have
Y'all
you on the
finished?
show.
Yeah, I'll finish with you. I'm gonna ask you a question now. Designer man.
Who?
I said designer man.
Designer.
Speak up, Daniel. 'cause
You're a
you know
designer
you be-
guy.
Thank you, child.
I'm gonna ask you a question.
Okay.
Tote bag.
Crossbody.
Okay, I was saying that.
Backpack.
Backpack, crossbody, tote bag. One. You pick one.
Oh, it's easy. It's gonna be a crossbody, but with a handle, because
Just in case you gotta carry it.
This is decoration, honey. This man you see in front of you is decoration, but there is a woman inside there.
So you have to. So you need a purse.
I need a purse.
I need a purse.
I need
Okay.
a purse. I need a little purse. I need a little purse.
Okay.
Fantastic. Well, it's been a pleasure having you, and we appreciate you taking the time.
Of course.
To come here. I hope you've had a good time.
I've had a blast. And this
Thank
also
you.
is something that pours inside. You
Yes.
know? Yeah.
Thanks for coming.
Thank you all.
All
I'll
right.
see you in the future.
Thank you.